Alright, so the original plan is to go hiking, find some rods and logs to lift, but the weather's turned out unfavorable, so we'll have to move that to another day. So we're just gonna do some deadlifts to build that foundational strength. Not really feeling it with normal deadlifts, so we're gonna go for some unconventional deadlifts, reeve deadlift, circle behind the leg. Then probably do some grip and overhead strength. And then we'll see when we can do rock lifting. All right, I did 5 sets of reeves to failure, and I never done those before. My fingers are, it's almost like when you deadlift like really heavy and you can't open your hands anymore. It's not quite that extreme, but they really want to stay together. They don't really want to go up, but I can still extend them. But they are on fire. They're super shaky right now. Forearms got pretty decently pumped. Again, it's not really about the pump, right? It's about building that strength right now. All right, but the grip strength now. You either do Zerker deadlifts or behind the legs. I've never done behind the legs either. I've done a couple of Zerkers. But given that I haven't deadlifted in general in a long time, I go behind the leg for now because Zerker with the whole, your spine gets a lot of load, the Zerker, so I want to ease my way back into that. So we'll do behind the leg for now, and then we'll have to see if I can still do Zerkers after that. Now we'll do some more grip training and then some overhead. Alright, so I've got the same weight on right now as I did for the reeves, which is 40 kilograms. So it's like 90 pounds, I think. So not a lot, but I guess I haven't deadlifted in a time, and I just want to give this behind the leg thing a go before I put on some weight. So my knees are really feeling that. So I'm gonna go stretch them out a little bit, dynamic stretching. And I figure I can do about maybe 50 or 70 on that kg, which is like around 160, 180 pounds. It's not a lot, but that's okay for now. Just gotta work my way back to where I was in the past. All right, so I did some knee stretches. They're pretty much better now. Got about 70 kilograms on here now. That's 150, 160 pounds, I believe. Not quite sure the conversion because I keep on 2. Don't really know if I can do this. I'm just gonna try it, see what happens. All right, that's considerably heavier. There's a little bit of a sway there, you can probably see it. Gonna try and have a more controlled descent. All right, that's I'm really quite feeling that in my legs, especially the quads and hamstrings. That makes sense. Not so much in the lower back as I would have thought. The lats, for sure, there's some activation there, probably just the stabilization. Yeah, it's a good movement. I like that one. I'm gonna Knock out some sets of that right now. Then I'll do overhead and then grip. I think that makes more sense than the other way around because with the grip now, probably even going to be able to support the weight over my head. Not sure what overhead movement I'm doing yet. Probably something single arm just to get that stabilization factor in there. We'll have to see. Alright, so I did about 3-4 sets of those till failure. Kind of lost track. And I'm kind of thrown for a loop right now. I'm pretty out of breath. The nervous system's kind of trying to keep up, I can tell. We're going to leave it at that for the deadlift. I'm going to grab some dumbbells, maybe some kettlebells, head outside into the garden, and do some overhead, do some grip training. Still got a lot of time, actually. It's been about half an hour. I probably can still go for another hour or so. Yeah, see you outside. All right, I'm outside now. Okay. I was really hoping I'd find some mats, but I didn't. So I have to be extra careful not to drop the weights on the lawn because otherwise I'll make a huge dent and that would kind of suck. Gonna make it slightly more difficult. Means I have to exercise a bit more control, but I should survive. I'll start with some single head overhead jerk with the 20 kg dumbbell. I'll see if I can do that. I should be able to do that. And then I'll do some more stuff. Alright, so I found a piece of old cardboard that I've set up just there. That should be just fine, so I should be able to drop it in case it comes to that. And then the dumbbell also won't be resting directly on the ground, so it won't get so dirty. So let's try some one arm medium joints. I haven't done these in a time. I've done them before, though not like the reeds. Kind of gotta. Oh. I don't know what you guys can see that. Left arm is definitely a considerable amount weaker than the right arm. Right arm kind of felt exhausted at the end there, but mainly my cardiovascular system was giving out. Left arm, still pretty fatigued there. I'm gonna do a couple of sets of that, that's fun as well. And then I've still got the 32 kg dumbbell here. Do some farmer's carry with that. Once I run overhead. And maybe we'll figure something else out to do what we can do with the dumbbell. Alright. I'm completely out of breath. I did just about 3 sets of that. Shoulders, triceps, a little bit in the lats. Tiny amount in the legs, but I'll get to the legs later, I guess. Probably put the dumbbell away for now. And I might do some handstand training. My handstand is really weak. I'm trying to get from the curls position up to the handstand, but I usually fall about halfway through. I'm usually doing that inside in a room, so I'm pretty scared of hitting furniture usually. I mean, doing it out here might give me a bit more freedom and the confidence to stand up there for a second. But I think I'm about peak pumped up right now. It's not gonna be crazy, but no, but probably do a little bit of a posing thing at the end. Still got that bodybuilder blood in me. But now, let's go with some handstands. So I'm still gonna use the cardboard there for the handstand platform. Probably not the most stable ground, but hopefully won't make too much of an impact. Gotta leave the cap here for this one. Don't want it falling on the ground. Yeah, so if I get that swing up a little bit faster, should be able to just about to hit it. I have to take a short rest. Shoulders are still feeling from the overhead jerks. Trying again in about 2 minutes or so. That really wasn't too bad. Just gotta keep that up a little bit, that training. Probably do a few more attempts just now, but I don't want to bore you guys too much. So the next thing you'll see me doing is probably my strength training. Pretty much finished with the handstands. My shoulders aren't really having it anymore. It's not really a point. I pushed pretty hard. Gonna do some one-arm farmer carries to not only get that grip strength, but also the balance part. That's about 32 kilograms there, around 80 pounds. It's pretty heavy for me, but it kind of has to be for farmers. Just gonna kind of do reps up and down. Kind of motivated by the fact that I can't drop it on the lawn, so I always have to get back. So, yeah, let's do it. Right arm definitely on fire. Good lift. We'll probably do about 2 or 3 more sets of that. And we'll do a quick pump check. Always gotta have the pump check. All right, just about carried. I'm already at loss for words here. I'm pretty exhausted. Pretty much done with the workout. I'll clean up, head downstairs to the mirror, do some poses, and then we'll finish up here. All right, so we got the mirror and everything set up. I think it's pretty decent down here. Yeah, that's all right. So, quick pose down. Can't really do that straight very well. I don't know how it works, to be honest. But that's okay. I mean, Zeke is looking pretty alright. Lost a good deal of weight, mostly in the legs. I'm getting all of that back. Alright, so that's pretty much everything for today. Just gonna get in some final calories now of some sandwiches or something probably. But given that this is the first recording I'm doing, should probably kind of explain what the reason behind all of this is. About 3 months ago, I was about 10 kg or 20 pounds heavier, not fat, pretty much lean muscle mass. I was doing traditional bodybuilder training and a little bit of calisthenics. And then for those 3 months, I hit a pretty hard rut. It's kind of a tough time for me, and I lost most of it, and I lost my motivation to training, and I was just kind of rotting away a little bit. And eventually, I realized that one of the very first things that got me into training was the Pioneer. I read his little book on training like Batman. And I really liked the concept, but I didn't end up following that because what also had inspired me was The Witcher at the time, and I really wanted to look like Henry Cavill, which is why I ended up following bodybuilder training. But now the idea of the sort of functional training, which is the superhero training really that I'm doing, I just like to call it superhero training because it sounds more fun than functional training. Functional training sounds a little bit boring. Yeah, so I'm doing this full body functional training now, basically, which for today I did strength training, but I'm going to do doing calisthenics, acrobatics, probably a lot of cardio, just all around, basically preparing my body for any situation. I'll probably do some martial arts at some point as well. But what's really exciting me about this is that I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just kind of going at it raw. I have obviously some exercise experience, but I'm just kind of figuring this out as I go. And so I want to record that. I want to record that process. I want to show you guys that, it's okay to struggle with being physically active. It's a journey, and I've reached a peak, and I'm now very far away from that peak currently. And I'm planning on not only hitting that peak again, but going way beyond it. I have the time right now and the motivation. So tomorrow, what's going to follow is, depending on the weather, I'll either go hiking and hit those logs like I actually wanted to do today. But if the weather still continues to upset me, then I will either hit legs, some traditional weight training again for the legs, or I'll go to the hardware shop, get myself some sandbags, and I'll just kind of toss those around as not only strength but cardio training. But the day after that, no matter the weather, we're going on that hike. I have to go because I'm only here for a little bit, and the mountains here are really nice. But that's pretty much it for today. Now I'm going to go eat, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.